Welcome back to my channel. My name is Savanna, and if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. In today's video, we will talk about and answer the question, is self-love taught in the Bible? And my short answer is no, it's not. The self-love culture is rampant right now, and unfortunately, some of these ideas are taught in Christian circles with no scriptural basis. So how did these ideas infiltrate the church? Well, I believe one of the causes is the misinterpretation of one of the most popular verses in the New Testament. To be honest, before I was a Christian, I made this same mistake when interpreting this verse. It's recorded once in Matthew chapter 22 and again in Mark chapter 12, recounting a conversation between Jesus and one of the religious scribes. It says, "And one of them, a lawyer, asked him a question to test him. 'Teacher, which is the great commandment in the law?' And he said to him, 'You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment. And a second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments depend all the law and the prophets.'" When Jesus says those famous words, "You shall love your neighbor as yourself," many people interpret that to mean, okay, I just need to love myself more before I can love others. But that's not what Jesus was teaching. Let's look at the verse again. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. What's the assumption here? The assumption is that we already love ourselves, and Jesus is telling us to love our neighbors in the same way. Now, I know some people will say, well, I don't love myself. I don't love what I see in the mirror. And this response is because of the mistaken conflation of self-love and self-esteem. These are two different concepts. Self-esteem refers to your own opinion of yourself. And just like any other opinions we form, this can be influenced by many external factors, including what we believe others think about us. Self-love, on the other hand, is different. Self-love refers to the innate desire to achieve one's own happiness and well-being. It's the desire we all have to be respected and cared for. And Jesus teaches us to desire that same thing for others. Desire others to be happy and respected. Desire others to have their stomachs fed more than your own. And this level of concern for others requires us to be less self-focused and more humble. Some people think that humility means constantly putting down on yourself. But that's false humility. Let me explain. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts about yourself, where's the focus? It's all on you. Whether it's good or bad thoughts, you're still consumed with yourself. This quote, widely attributed to C.S. Lewis, captures what humility ought to look like. It says, "True humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less." Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not against healthy self-love or self-esteem. But when I say healthy, I mean within the proper context of the gospel. In Romans chapter 12, verse 3, Paul writes, "I say to everyone among you not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think with sober judgment." We need to think rightly about ourselves, and thinking rightly about ourselves means thinking rightly about God. These are two sides of the same coin. Understanding that God created us, and in the midst of our rebellion against Him, He loved us enough to die for us so that we could be reconciled to Him, that should humble us so much so that we take our eyes off of our own self-worth and turn them in awe to Jesus Christ, the only one worthy of our worship. Well, that's all I have for today's video. I thank y'all so much for watching. I will see y'all in my next video. And as always, don't forget to thank God for waking up this morning.